1041 The Wave with Joe, Willie, and Robbie Sue. Our special guest on the phone this morning, Bob Houghton, who is president of the Georgia Association of Broadcasters. Good morning, Bob. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Joe, Willie. I don't get to talk to a Hall of Famer very often, and of course, you were a broadcaster Hall of Famer. Very proud to have you part of that group.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to be in that group. Bob, you've been talking to some folks about something that's really an interesting topic right now. Some of the car manufacturers are wanting to get rid of AM radios in cars.
That's right. It is being talked about as a static electricity problem that will create bad sound for the AM radio, so that might as well just go. Some people are going a little further and talking about the AM radio is not needed anymore, but I'll give you some facts here in just a second that even as a broadcaster surprised me. The real reason that they are making this move is they want us to pay for every entertainment item in their car. You already pay if you have Sirius XM for that in your car, for example. Mm-hmm. They want to pay Apple Play and anything else that they can eventually put in there. There's even some talk in Europe that after 2 years of owning a car, they'll start charging you for a seat warmer. So and just think of 250 million cars on the road, and you start getting $2 for this service and $4 for that service. It's like why ESPN was able to have the success when they had 100 million homes and they could buy the rights for everything. And that's the theory behind it. But they don't say that. They don't acknowledge that. So they're trying to hang things. And Elon Musk wants to put a man on Mars, wants to put a man on the moon. He can figure out a way to get static electricity out of the car. So
you would think so. You know, we don't have an AM radio here in our chain, but our friends across the street do. And sure. I just think that this is just the first step. If they get rid of AM radio, then they may try to get rid of FM radios in cars.
Oh, there's no question about that. And for those people in my part of the lobbying world, if there were anybody's on the fence about this when this all started just 3 or 4 months ago, that was the reason that everybody jumped on board. And that's why TV is helping us. There are some moves afoot with television that could eventually be affected, not with the automobile, but other aspects that we can talk about on another day. But this is definitely a line in the sand, and I think we've kind of won the battle already. We haven't won the war, that's for sure, but I think the automobile business totally understands that the broadcasters are going to put up a fight. And I got to tell you, Joe Willie, I'll be in the business 50 years next year. I've never seen broadcast in general and radio specifically unite the way they have around this cause. And the momentum that we've had over the last 3 months, maybe 4 months now, nothing short of miraculous.
Bob, someone listening that's not in the industry but wants to help out, what can they do?
Very simple. Contact Buddy Carter, your U.S. representative, and contact either one of your U.S. senators, Ossoff or Warnock. That is the first thing to do. And just again, to show you, we've reached over 250,000 members of Congress through the public. That's unheard of. The National Association of Broadcasters says that's never happened before. So just a simple text, email, or even personal letter, if that's how you feel most comfortable, to your member of Congress, U.S. House or U.S. Senate, is by far the most effective thing you can do right now. If I can just tell you a couple of the facts that kind of says why AM radio. First off, 80 million people still listen to it every month. It's very, very important in the underserved communities, foreign language, religion, and of course, African-American, Hispanic, and Asian music. And one of the other things, most of the talk radio and a lot of the network sports is all on AM radio. So there's a lot of reasons why those 80 million people are turning to it every month. And I'll close with this. The co-sponsors of this bill tell you all you need to know about bipartisanship, because you cannot get more extreme than this. Senator Ed Markey, who quite honestly is the really pushing person of this thing. He's the one that started this thing way back in December. We finally joined on in March. And Ted Cruz. Now, if you can find anybody, as they both say, yes, hell is frozen over, pigs are flying, and apocalypse is coming. That just shows you how far we've come with this thing, and we're going to win this battle. I really do believe we are.
Bob, thanks so much for being with us. It's Bob Houghton with the Georgia Association of Broadcasters.